You like that? 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 You like that?
What's going on? It's Coach Williams, and I'm back for another breakdown. So today we are going to talk Deonte Banks out of Maryland. Really like this guy. He totally blew up the combine. So he ran 4.35. He jumped like 42 inches, 11.4 broad jump, like totally dominated the combine. And so he's a really interesting player because when I watched him on film, I thought he was a little bit bigger than he actually is. He's only 6 foot 197, but clearly a supreme athlete. So let's jump right into this thing, okay? So this first play here, we got him up top here. He's on the backside of a 4x1. So usually when you get soloed up on a receiver like this, whatever the coverage is, whether it's zone or whatever, it turns into man-to-man coverage on the backside. So he's in man coverage here. And one thing that I really like about him is his feet, right? His feet are really, really good. So we talk a lot about false stepping. And so I think sometimes people might get confused and think like any foot movement is a false step. False steps are when your feet start staggering and press. And like this foot goes forward and this one goes back. Like you get all out of position. No, look at his feet. Look at how quick his feet are. I love that. I love it when DBs have their feet alive. So he opens up, gets on top of this receiver. And so I think part of the reason, too, why he opens up like this and kind of opens the gate and allows him to get out is because the receiver's alignment. Look at the receiver's alignment. He's so far down on the bottom of the numbers that he doesn't have much space to work with if the quarterback doesn't throw an accurate ball. And he runs 4.35. So he trusts his speed. So he kind of opens the gate here and lets him get out. And the receiver kind of gets on him. And he gets behind. But he's got great recovery speed and really good technique. Notice how he never looks back at the ball because he's out of phase. And just goes up and attacks the football. Incomplete pass. Really good coverage right there. Okay? So one of the other things that I really like about him too is I think that this Maryland defense, they run a lot of coverages, and their defense is really complex. You got to really watch a film to know what they're doing. So I think they're in quarters coverage here, and this time we get a 3x1 formation, and I think they're playing stump here, okay? So what's going to end up happening over here is we're going to get this cone bracket here on this single receiver. So him and the safety are going to bracket. But the run fake sucks up the safety because the safety, I believe, in this coverage would also have to be in the run fit, right? So there's a gap open. I think that he would end up having to be in the run fit here. So he steps up. So he's one-on-one with this receiver right here, and he's not getting any help. And since it's supposed to be a cone bracket off the bat, he invites the inside release. So he invites the inside release, and now he realizes, second he sees the safety is down, he realizes he's on his own. So what does he do? He gets his hand on the hip of the receiver, and he's very, subtly pushing this receiver inside, right? So he's subtly pushing him inside, and then when the receiver starts to break to the outside, he's in a perfect trail position, keeps his hand on the hip. This is really good technique. Good spot to be in. Ball doesn't come there, but I love the technique. I love the way that he's playing it. So up top here, press coverage. And so this one here is a run play, all right? So again, inside zone here, just a simple inside zone play. And the job of the receiver here is to crack on the safety. So we've talked about crack replace a number of times on this channel. But what I really love about this is, again, backside of a 3x1. So he's going to be in man-to-man coverage. So he's in man coverage. And so he's not looking in here. He doesn't even know that this is a run play. He's getting such a good forceful jam on the receiver. Look at the receiver's head going back. Getting such a good forceful jam that the receiver never even makes it up to the safety to crack the safety, right? So that's a really good job in press coverage to be on top of this guy and not allow him to get to the next level, right? That's called doing your job. Really love that right there. All right, so now we got him again at the top of the screen here. And so again, look at the feet. Look at the feet. These are not false steps. Look at the feet. This is really good feet here. Buzz in, ba-ba. Read in. Being really patient, staying square for as long as possible. I would like the other hand with the jam, right? He puts the wrong hand first, but now he's got the right hand there. And then again, trailing underneath the receiver here, right? We don't need to be over the top in the red area. We're going to be underneath this receiver in trail technique. If the ball ends up getting thrown over here, we're going to undercut it and pick it off. Really good coverage. Very technically sound player. All right, so now we got him up here at the top of the screen. And so, again, 3-by-1 formation here. All right. He's getting out. And I love this play here because he's in zone coverage, right? Gives you this zone turn. So he's in zone coverage, and he's reading the receivers through quarterback vision. So he can see the vision of the quarterback, right? And so you see this little twitchy move here, right? He sees the quarterback's looking this way. He's like, oh, I'm going to get back outside, climb on top of this receiver. Looks like maybe the quarterback's going to throw it over here. Quarterback decides to throw it inside. It's very similar to that Mekhi Blackman play, except for this time, the guy's not wide open, right? So gets in position here. Now, the one criticism I have on this play is he's got to finish the play here. I need him to be a little bit more violent because the receiver ends up catching the ball. All right, so we'll see it from the tight here. So quarterback drops back. He's looking that way. Ball's in the air. All right, so he's in here. I want him to get in here and attack the football. Attack the football, go through the receiver's hands to the ball instead of just kind of just throwing your hands up there. That leads to a completion. So I'd like to see him a little bit more aggressive in that play. But the athleticism of the play is off the charts. So just a little bit of technique work that he needs to do. All right, so we got him at the top of the screen here. Again, look at the feet. No false steps. Ba-ba. See the feet? Staying square for as long as possible. Getting on him, right? And now it's a run play. So the receiver is coming out to block him. And one thing that I like about him is he's physical. But on this play, I don't like that he gets turned around, right? It's almost like the roles get reversed, right? We don't want to be in this position. We want to be out here. And the other thing that we want to do is we want to squeeze this block, right? The second that we realize that it's run, we want to squeeze this thing down because look at how wide of a lane there is here, right? We want to compress everything. We want to compress these gaps, right? Don't get turned around like this. But at the end of the play, I want to show you this. Look at how forceful and physical he is, right? That little push-pull move. Look at the body of this receiver just go flying like a rag doll. Wish that he did that a little bit earlier or that he squeezed the block, but we know that he's physical and strong enough to do these things. We'll see it here from the tight. Fast forward here. All right, so we get him in the screen. A little roll reversal needs to be the other way. And then use his force, right? Use his lever. See how he gives this little hop here? See how he's in the air? He gives you this little hop and flings the receiver out of the way. I like that. I like that. He's a pretty physical dude. All right, so one thing that you're going to notice when you watch him on tape is he's a field general. And you don't get this often from corners, especially in college. They're usually letting the safeties dictate to them. But he is talking to the entire defense, and we'll see this over the course of the video. He's communicating and letting guys know what's going on in the coverage, all right? So again, another run play here, and I love this, right? So he reads run, physical. Look at the head snap back on the receiver. Look at the balance. Look at the receiver in the air. I love that, right? Super physical, even though he's 197 pounds. And then forces the running back out of bounds, ends up being a big run, but that is not on him. He did a good job here, and we'll see it again from the tight. So the perimeter, the running back gets out on it, and we can see him here. Look at how forceful he is with the knockback power. Call that knockback power. Look at how much space he creates here to be able to make this tackle, get this guy out of bounds. Good job. All right, so now we got him down here at the bottom of the screen. And so what do we always talk about on this channel? Can you go across the field with the receivers? And then one more time, look at the communication, right? A good defense and a confident defense is a talkative defense. And when you have a corner that talks like this on defense, it's going to be infectious. Everyone's going to be able to talk to each other. But here we go. We got him here. Can you go across the field with the receivers? This big post here, he's all over it. Ball is thrown in accurately, but as we can see, unlike with the stuff that we're watching with Devin Witherspoon, he's all over this thing. Doesn't allow the receiver to get behind him on top of the route. Really good coverage. So we'll see it from the tight. So quarterback launches it. He's on top, right? See how he's using his hands too, being very subtle with it, not obvious, not locking him out, but using the hands to create a little bit of leverage, create a little bit of physicality, knock him off his route. Overthrown ball, if that ball's thrown a little bit more accurately, he's probably making a play on the football or maybe even an interception with that 42-inch vertical. So got him down here at the bottom of the screen now. Again, a very similar play to the other one, except for this is different coverage. I think that this is 3 buzz. And so he's here on this receiver, right? He's got his third. He's on top of this number 1 receiver. And now he's climbing to apex. Apex is a little bit late, though. He needs to apex a little bit earlier in the NFL. If the read is over here, quarterbacks are going to anticipate this and throw this seam route right behind the ears of this underneath defender here. But either way, he's got the speed to be able to climb from distance, right? He's climbing from distance, and he can get to the receiver. That just shows off the speed that he has. All right, so next play here. We got him up top. I think this is the last play. Yeah, so they're in cover 2 here, right? Cover 2, it runs the gamut, the coverages. He's in every kind of coverage. This defense is really complicated. Again, we got the communication going here, right? He's letting them know we're in cover 2. They're trying to high-low us. That's a concept that can beat us. So he's trying to communicate to the underneath defender and the safety. Look, he's got both hands pointed out. And so the safety here, this is actually a really incredible play by this safety, right? Cover 2 safety, reads the hole, gets downhill, picks this thing off. And then look at him right here. Look at him. He's so excited, celebrating for his teammate. I wish he would get out and block a little bit, but he's really excited for his teammate. And when he gets tackled, he's the first guy in there to congratulate him. And he's hyped with them. Look at how happy and excited he is that his teammate made a play. Again, we'll see it from the tight here. Quarterback drops back. Safety comes out the roof, picks that thing off. And now look at him. He's getting in the screen, hyped up, helping him, picking him up, celebrating with his teammate, right? So I really like to see those things. He brings a lot of energy to the game. Lots of communication, lots of excitement, very physical, makes plays on the football, and is never moving slowly at any point in the game. You can tell he loves football, so I really like him. I think he's going to go in the first round. If I was a GM, I need some DB help, and I'm picking in the second half of the draft. I'm probably going to pick this guy up. So that's it for this video. Love talking about Deonte Banks. We're going to get into some more prospects, so you're going to want to come back for more breakdowns. So as always, you know what it is. It's Coach Williams, Ball Hawks. We fly. I'm out. Peace.